Hi, Acadiana. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker with a look at the latest on Hurricane Francine. As of 10 o'clock, it is still a 90-mile-per-hour Category 1 hurricane at 28 degrees north and 92.7 west. Now, we also got some live cams that are up here. This is from Lumcon down at Cocodrie, really all the way down almost toward the end of the road. And that's in Terrebonne Parish. And you can see that there is coastal flooding that's already happening, and storm surge flooding is going to be significant over portions of Terrebonne and even parts of St. Mary Parish. And there's a real quick look at some of our local roadways. A lot of rain coming down. Most of it is light to moderate, but things are going to be getting kind of windy here over the next several hours. So let's take a look at the latest here with Hurricane Francine. It's currently located, again, 28 degrees north and 92.7 west, 90 miles per hour on those wind speeds, and the pressure has remained steady there at 976 millibars. Now that location there puts it about 150 miles southwest of Morgan City, and it's basically just southwest of Lafayette. On that east-west longitude coordinate, we are right at about 92 degrees here in Lafayette, so about 30 degrees north and about 92 degrees west. A little here and there, but that's about the average of where we are here. Now, the hurricane is still expected to make landfall there along the St. Mary Terrebonne Parish coast. And of course, that's where we've seen all of the hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings, and we still have tropical storm warnings that are posted for a large part of the Acadiana region. So here are some of the probabilities. It looks like much of Acadiana, southeast, let's say Iberia, St. Mary, St. Martin, Lafayette, and parts of Vermilion have a better than average chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, and some of those could be reaching the coast as early as this afternoon. Notice how the gradient really drops off toward the west. So New Iberia down toward Morgan City could be seeing some significant winds, and then that quickly drops off here in Lafayette and even more to where you might just have a gentle breeze over our far western sections. But of course, southeastern Louisiana, including the river parishes, the bayou parishes down to the south, and near the capital city of Baton Rouge, will be affected by this hurricane as it moves inland. And you can see there, hurricane force winds not necessarily as likely here in Lafayette and going westward, but St. Martin, Iberia, and St. Mary Parish could still see hurricane force winds. There's a look at the peak storm surge east of Vermilion Bay. Around Intracoastal City, we could still see a 5 to 10 foot storm surge, but I think that's going to be more reserved for Iberia down to St. Mary and going into Terrebonne parishes. Things really improving on what the forecasts were for Cameron when we had more of a westerly track early on. So that is looking a lot better there. And as far as the satellite imagery, we've seen quite a blow up of thunderstorms kind of moving off toward the northeast, and there is some shear that's affecting it on the west side, and it's also starting to be picked up by the trough off to the northwest. And there's also a little bit of dry air that's kind of being entrained in the west side of that as well. So as we look at our radar picture here, you can see that the center of circulation clearly coming in on the Lake Charles National Weather Service radar, and we've seen some significant rains making their way onto the St. Mary and Terrebonne Parish coast. Along Highway 90 down toward Morgan City, you're getting moderate rains now, and some of those moderate rains are going to be lifting over Iberia, St. Martin, Lafayette, as well as Vermilion parishes. Now look off toward the west here, getting into Allen, Jeff Davis, Beauregard, western portions of Cameron, and even toward Calcasieu parishes, you may not see nearly as much rain as what our eastern friends will. And then, of course, in the crosshairs are the areas there along the Mississippi River southward from Baton Rouge, going down all the way to around Grand Isle. And then north of Baton Rouge, those western areas of the North Shore should see some heavy rains and also the possibility of some hurricane force winds in those areas. So we do have quite a bit to discuss here, and there's a look at some of the potential damaging winds there along the Vermilion, Iberia, St. Mary Parish coast. Could see hurricane force winds and maybe even greater than that as you get right there along the coast south of the Intracoastal Waterway. Fortunately, most people live north of that, but still some of those southeastern areas could see some significant wind. And we still have hurricane and tropical storm warnings, hurricane hurricane warnings for East Cameron, Vermilion, Iberia, St. Martin, St. Mary, lower parts of St. Martin, Iberia, over toward Iberville, east and west Baton Rouge parishes, Terrebonne, and then eastward going over to some of the river parishes as well. So we do have still a significant threat that is going to be there. Storm surge, again, is going to be a bit of an issue, and we could see some serious storm surge. Now, I know this is not the easiest map to really see, but right here, this is St. Mary Parish off toward the southeast. Iberia Parish's coast is right about in there, and this is the Vermilion Parish coast over here. What you see in the white, that is a levee protected area. So Morgan City over here, and then Berwick on this side with Patterson and Bayou Vista there. But anything that's in orange is at least 6 feet above ground level where we could see water, 3 feet in the yellow, and a foot above ground level where it is in the blue. So it looks like most of Iberia Parish is going to be seeing 1 to 3. St. Mary Parish is going to be seeing 3 to 6. And then as you get into Terrebonne Parish, you might get over 6 feet, especially there closer toward the coast. So run from the water and hide from the wind. Those winds are going to be significant, though, as you get into the latter part of the day as the hurricane continues to pull on in. So a real quick look at the radar one more time. You can see the eye of the hurricane is there. That is where the most significant weather is. So right now it's breezy with rainy conditions, but quickly there along the coast here of St. Mary and into Terrebonne parishes, conditions will quickly deteriorate, especially with the stronger winds that will be coming into that area. And that hurricane is still packing winds of 90 miles per hour, 28 degrees north, 92.7 west, winds are at 90, pressure is at 976 millibars. That's a quick look at what we've got here for right now as of the 10 o'clock advisory on this Wednesday, September the 11th. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. I'll have more updates, plus we'll have Let's Talk Tropics live at noon, and then after that a live stream will continue with coverage on and off throughout the afternoon, evening, and overnight if necessary. I'll see you soon.